Hello, everybody, and welcome to Connect In. Connect In is a weekly broadcast about the many beautiful reasons to get out of your head and back into your heart. And as you know, I am kind of an advocate for the soul, an advocate to, I guess, an advocate to let you know that the creative process is a healing modality. And, Connect In is all about the many ways that we get out of our beautiful head and back into our heart. And we do that because sometimes we get distracted, right? That's just the way it is. When we're in our head, we are constantly thinking, over and over again about woulda, shoulda, coulda, wouldas. And sometimes our soul, speaks to us, not sometimes, all the time, our soul speaks to us through our heart. And bear with me if I'm a little distracted because I'm going to try something new in the technology and that distracts me. So that's a great reason of learning tools to get out of your head and back into your body. Because when you do, you can be more centered and grounded no matter what and how life is doing around you, right? So I believe that our body holds the roadmap towards our transformation. It allows us to keep going to our brightest, best selves, keep being our highest expression of ourselves. And our body does that by guiding us through feelings, emotions, and sensations. And yeah, of course, planning, dreaming, all of that in the head is super helpful. But when you are on a growth spurt, when you are about to jump, it's normally your head going, well, maybe this isn't the right time. Do you have all your ducks in the row? Do you have enough money? That's always a big thing for the mind. Are you going to be safe? Are you going to be blah, 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 blah? And so what happens is we don't tend to move forward in our life. And so our mind, as beautiful as she is at times can hold us back. And we call that our inner critic or our inner saboteur or the thing that just took you down by the knees. So when you come back to listening to how your body is guiding you, then you are in the flow of your truth. So what does the creative process have to do with all of this? When you are connected to your body and allowing your soul self, your higher self to speak through you via the embodied creative process, there is always truth in it. Now, sometimes we use the embodied creative process to kind of untangle what's holding you back. And in that untangling, clarity shows up. Now, clarity doesn't always make it mean it's all better and you feel all better. And any of you who watched last week's Connect In, I was talking a lot about the sense of being a failure and how this work, this soulscape work, is really about honoring all emotions, honoring all the parts of you as they are. Because I believe we are our brightest, best selves when we have all of us with us, right? Not just the happy part or this part or that part, because if we leave the parts behind us that we don't like, well, we're leaving parts of our energy. And, we have to have all our energy to go forward in life. I know I feel like I'm saying a lot of just have tos, but I guess why that's coming up is because it's so important. It's so essential to learn to listen to your body, your heart, and your soul. And the creative process helps us untangle, unblock what is holding us back from listening to our truth. In 5-element acupuncture, there's this one phrase, and I know those of you who have watched this before really have heard me say this, but in 5-element acupuncture, the role of the heart is to hold all our emotions, to hold them and let them all have a place, all have a voice. And when our emotions flow, we are healthy. At any time where we get stuck here in a particular emotion or over here in a particular emotion, that stops the flow of energy. Hence, it causes illness. Yes, I am saying in a 5-element perspective, 90% of the time, most illnesses come from a stuck emotion. Now, that's also incredibly broad because emotions also have to do with organs and blah, blah, blah. But that's acupuncture theory. Why I bring that up here is mostly this. When you allow yourself some time to journal, to move, to free write, to just let your body untangle what it's feeling, you create energy and you create flow, which means you begin to align yourself to your head, your heart, your soul, and back to your truth. Right? So basically, you unstuck yourself. Oh, speaking of tonight, if you're watching this today, once a month I do something called Express Yourself, which the whole premise is to give yourself some time to free up stuck emotions. Okay, so let's go back to connect in. Connecting in to listen to what your body has to say is essential. It's essential because, as I said before, it keeps you grounded and centered and unshakable. Basically, it keeps that squirrely mind that's like blah, 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 a little bit more contained so you can listen inside. So what I wanted to do today is just to show you a little bit about how the creative process becomes healing. Now, there's a couple caveats, and one of them is you just allow whatever wants to show up, show up. So I've never done this live before, and I just wanted to give you an experience of the potential of this work. The embodied creative process is the foundation of all the work that I do. You know, most of the programs I work with have a combination of energy healing, embodied creativity, shamanism, and acupuncture theory. So I like to think about it as the healing arts and creative arts come together so you can live your soul's truth. Yeah. Creative and healing arts come together so that you can live your soul's truth. You can live your destiny. And in a few days, I'm going to start my annual program called Deep Happiness. So Deep Happiness is my flagship program that really combines all these 30 plus years of healing work and education I've had into a program that is chunk sizable, digestible, and profound. So I'm also offering a COVID special this year because I feel like we're all just struggling. And the Deep Happiness program is $800 off right now because I had a dream, and in the dream, I was told to lower the price so that money was not an obstacle for women that wanted to do this program. Okay. So back to the creative process. Generally, you can do it with as simple as a pencil, a colored pen. I happen to have a olive green pencil sitting here, and a Sharpie. And I generally start this process with kind of an intention. And the intention is right now that I have realized that I am slightly depressed, slightly sad. I am not, I'm struggling. And the beauty of this embodied process is that I don't have to know why I'm struggling. All I have to do is for the allow the opportunity for whatever is in my body to get freed up. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is, I'm sorry, there is a lag here in there. Okay. So what I'm going to do is just come into my body, feel into my body. I've already set this intention that there is something, I just want to understand why I'm feeling what I'm feeling. I'm not trying to fix it. I'm just trying to understand what's going on. And I start this process by just feeling into my body. So breath, belly, feet come into my body, out of my head, right? And where I feel most sensation in my body right now is right in the center of my chest. So I just picked up a pencil, and what I'm doing is just drawing what I feel. And sometimes I do this with my eyes closed. Very often I keep my eyes soft, because when our eyes are soft, we are connected to our heart. When we're looking, we kick our mind in. You see, I just looked, and I stopped the process. And here's the thing. There's no right or wrong. You could be messy, it could be ugly, it could be exquisitely beautiful or exquisitely ugly. What's important is you just allow whatever wants to show up, show up. And keep breathing. Really just about moving what you feel onto paper. So it certainly doesn't make sense. It's you're moving the energy that I'm feeling. Not interpreting, not trying to understand. Just giving this feeling in my chest some opportunity for expression. Yeah. I feel tight, sad. Unworthy, stupid. Not a shining light. When these words come up, I lovingly suggest that you just go, huh, there you are again, because I'm sure this is not the first time you have heard, felt these words. So I've killed my pencil and my pen. What am I feeling? Now I'm feeling vulnerable. And what does vulnerable feel like? Vulnerable feels like that. Vulnerable feels like this. I'm not trying to understand why this color is what wanted to show up. I'm just giving some space for vulnerable. Sometimes just naming the demon in your closet, or the skeleton in your closet, or this thing that you really just don't want to admit to yourself, nonetheless anybody else, really impedes the flow of your energy. And so just allowing some space for this to show up allows the energy to get unstuck, allows a little bit more flow to show up in your life. It doesn't make it all better right here, right now, but what it does is it starts this movement of emotion. It starts this movement of flow. And that is the healing process. The embodiment work, all the healing work really, is working from the inside out. And so, although right here we're working with some deep unconscious stuff, which is perfect because that keeps you out of your head, but your daydreams and night dreams could get affected when you are out and spacing out or walking and zoning out. You know, when you get out of your head, bits of insight that can come in. But if we are constantly doing, nothing can get in and nothing can get down. How's that feeling for you? Any thoughts, feelings? What's here in front of me, I can keep going on for hours. This is sometimes I think like a sentence in a novel. And the novel is, you know, how do I become my brightest best self? So if your sentence and novel will look different. But it's so important when we are super stressed to give yourself the opportunity to connect in and to use moving or drawing or painting or any expanded creative process to tap in, to tap into what your body, your heart, and your soul have to say, how you're being guided. Again, if you'd like to learn more, Express Yourself starts tonight at 8 o'clock. If you are ready for deep happiness, if you are ready for a profoundly transformational experience, then go over to my website, DominiCelebrate.com, check out Deep Happiness, because it is life-changing. In the meanwhile, I hope you enjoyed this crazy way of doing Connect-In this week. And I encourage you to grab a pencil, grab a piece of paper, paper bag, your phone, and a cursor. Check into your body and just start moving what you feel. Don't worry about the words of silly or stupid or I don't know or if I'm doing that right, because any of those words tell you you're in your mind. And the way through your transformation is back into your body and heart. So I would love to know your thoughts. ahas, epiphanies, questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments. And I do these every Thursday morning at 9 o'clock-ish. So I hope you have a beautiful day. And again, DaminiCelebrate.com. I would love to help you navigate the landscape of your soul. Mwah. Bye-bye.